How many things are we going to be required to collectively and individually just do in the near future? Right now, and this is a painful thing to say, and we apologize for utilizing the state of the country of Ukraine as an example. Those folks are required in this moment to just do some of the most stressful, frightening, painful things imaginable to stay alive, to save their families, to save their children, to save their country, to save their capacity to have a sustained community and have cities, to have electricity or food. They have been met with a terrible, threatening presence and the attack on them from the country of Russia. And they are being required to immediately, not next week, not next month, not next year, immediately change in order to survive. Now, that is not something we would wish on anybody. And we feel terrible for them. Our hearts are with them. We love them. We want to send them support and love, kindness, and caring. We intend to have our closing meditation, send them love, light, and care and healing. And that said, are they a profound example of how human beings must be ready to change in an immediate way in the face of direct challenges and threats in the environment? In this case, it's war. That said, in California, it's been forest fires that happened immediately. They may have lasted for weeks. They happened almost instantaneously and swept across vast tracts of land. Is California experiencing drought? Absolutely. Is the water table in California dropping to concerning levels? Absolutely. Are there weather disturbances and increases in temperature that are endangering or even killing people, along with the smoke of the fires in California? Has that occurred in the last year? Absolutely. How humanity chooses to consciously respond rather than merely unconsciously react is the key determinant of how well we meet climate change in our world. So we talk about murmuration, the way that a flock of birds flies in the air and might try to escape collectively from a predator, or might try to move collectively to eat up a swarm of mosquitoes. We would suggest that form of murmuration, of them moving back and forth in the sky, is a very root chakra kind of shared understanding and energy processing and communication between them. Human beings do that. We have tribal murmuration. We go to war collectively because we get activated and energized at the root chakra level, and we can shift into a warlike, reactive, emotional dynamic almost immediately. So certainly in the Ukraine, is there a reaction? Is there a primal reaction for survival purposes? That's a sort of tribalized murmuration. Yes. Is there more than that going on in these folks? Absolutely. They're not just reacting, they're contemplating, they're strategizing, they're trying to figure out, how do we survive and have our country survive in the face of this onslaught of weaponry and troops from Russia? Now, we're not suggesting that it's not going to help humanity to look at climate change as an enemy, because we've created it. We are the mechanism of its generation and increase in our world. So is it going to help us as a species to look at ourselves as a problem and judge and punish ourselves? Or is it going to help us to love ourselves and become consciously aware and very consciously go into a conscious murmuration together out of love, out of care, out of service intention, out of collective, shared, wise understandings and accurate facts and information that we base our collective choices and decisions on every day. In the WSS, we're working diligently to create a shared, gestalt, unconditionally loving consciousness that everybody benefits from, that everyone that we meet, everyone that interacts with us, they receive the love, the gift, the service, the compassion, that they receive that as a process of this organization, as its key core intention to offer that how the world can operate that way. Not just the people in the WSS. Everybody everywhere can operate that way. And if they choose to, if they simply make that choice, the world changes for the better overnight. The pain and suffering in the world diminishes overnight. That is the power of humanity. It's co-creative power to simply choose how we operate as a collective. We can change that instantaneously. It need not take days, weeks, months, or years. It doesn't need to take 7.5 years for us all to decide to change the way we live life on this planet into a sustainable way of life. Time is not truly a factor in that process. We can collectively choose right now. So we wanted to communicate that it is our understanding that we need sustained coordinative communications, informations, and navigational signaling to help everybody in our world move together as one in constructive, functional, effective, efficient ways, and to make wise decisions about where they apply every single resource that's available to them that they govern or manage in their day-to-day lives as individuals, families, nations, and as the whole of humanity. And that this process of offering that support system for collective decision making, collective action taking is the SME.